Monday. You know, I said I'd play all sorts of pranks on Raleigh. Well, I have never had a little brother named Manny, so I could never get away with pulling any of that stuff on him. Mom and Dad protect Manny like he's a prince or something, and he never, ever gets in trouble, even if he really deserves it. Yesterday, Manny drew a self portrait on my bedroom door in permanent marker. I thought, ooh, Mom and Dad are really going to let him have it. But as usual, I was wrong. Aw. But the thing that bugs me the most about Manny is his nickname. He has he has for me. When he was a baby, he couldn't pronounce brother, so he started calling me Bubby, and he still calls me that now, even though I keep trying to tell Mom and Dad to make him stop. Luckily, one of my friends have never found out yet, but believe me, I have had some really close calls. Happy birthday, Greg. Hey, this one says it's to Bubby. Ha, must be a mistake. Toss. Mom makes me help Manny get ready for school in the morning. After I make Manny his breakfast, he carries his cereal bowl into the family room and sits on his plastic potty. C is for cookie, and cookie is for me. And then, when it's time for him to go to daycare, he gets up and dumps whatever he didn't eat right in the toilet. Mom is always getting on me for not finishing my breakfast, but if I had to scrape cornflakes out of the bottom of the plastic potty bowl every morning, she wouldn't have much of an appetite either. Tuesday. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm super good at video games. I'll bet I could beat anyone in my grade head to head. Unfortunately, Dad does not exactly appreciate my skills. He's always getting on me about going out and doing something active. So tonight, after dinner, when Dad started hassling me about going outside, I tried to explain how with video games you can play sports like football, soccer, and you don't even have to get hot and sweaty. But as usual, Dad did not see my logic. Dad is a pretty smart guy in general, but when it comes to common sense, sometimes I wonder about him. Slam. I'm sure Dad would dismantle my game system if he could figure out how to do it, but luckily, the people who make these things make them parent proof. Dagnab these fancy gadgets. Every time Dad kicks me out of the house to do something sporty, I just go up to Rowley's and play my video games there. Unfortunately, the only games I can play at Rowley's are car racing games and stuff like that. Because whenever I bring a game up to Rowley's house, his dad looks it up on some parent website, and if the game has any kind of fighting or violence in it, he won't let us play. I'm getting a little sick and tired of Formula One racing with Rowley because he's not a serious gamer like me. All you have to do is beat Rowley is name your car something ridiculous at the beginning of the game. And then when you pass Rowley's car, he just falls to pieces. Ah! Anyway, after I got done mopping the floor with Rowley today, I headed home. I ran through the neighbor's sprinkler a couple of times to make it look like I was all sweaty, and that seemed to trick Dad. Phew! But my trick had kind of backfired because as soon as Mom saw me, she made me go upstairs and take a shower. Wednesday. I guess Dad must have been pretty happy with himself for making me go outside yesterday because he did it again today. It's getting really annoying to have to go up to the Rowleys every time I want to go play a video game. There's this weird kid named Fergley who lives halfway between our house and Rowley's, and Fergley is always hanging out in the front yard, so it's a pretty hard to avoid him. Want to see my secret freckle? No, thanks. Fergley is in my phys ed class at school, and he has the whole made up language, like when he needs to go to the bathroom. Juice, juice. Us kids have pretty much figured that Fergley out now. I don't think the teachers have really caught on yet. Okay, kid, gee whiz. Today I probably would have gone up to Rowley's on my own anyway because my brother Roderick and his band were practicing down in the basement. Roderick's band is really awful, and I can't stand being home when they're having rehearsals. His band is called Loaded Diaper, only it's spelled Loaded Diaper on Roderick's van. You might think he spelled it that way to make it look cooler. I bet if you told Roderick how loaded diaper was really spelled, it'd be news to him. Dad was against the idea of Roderick starting a band, but Mom was all for it. She's the one who bought Roderick his first drum set. I think Mom has the idea that we're all going to learn an instrument when we become one of those family bands like you see on TV. Dad really hates heavy metal, and that's the kind of music Roderick and his band play. I don't think Mom cares what Roderick plays or listens to because, to her, all music is the same. In fact, earlier today, Roderick was listening to one of his CDs in the family room, and Mom came in and started dancing. That really bugged Roderick, so he drove off to the store and came back 15 minutes later with some headphones. And that pretty much took care of that problem. Thursday. Yesterday, Roderick got a new heavy metal CD, and in it, one had one of those parental warning stickers on it. I've never gotten to listen to one of those parental warning CDs because Mom and Dad never let me buy them at the mall. So I realized the only way I was going to get a chance to listen to Roderick's CD is if I snuck it out of the house. This morning, after Roderick left, I called up Rowley and told him to bring his CD player to school. Then I went off to Roderick's room and took the CD player off his rack. You're not allowed to bring personal music players to school, so we had to wait until after lunch when the teachers let us outside. As soon as we got the chance, me and Rowley snuck out of the back of the school and loaded up Roderick's CD. But Rowley forgot to put the batteries in his CD player, so it was pretty much worthless. Then I came home with a great idea for a game. The object was to put headphones on your head and then try to shake them off without using your hands. The winner of whoever could shake the headphones off in the shortest amount of time. I had the record with 7.5 seconds, but I think I may have shook some of my fillings loose with that one. Right in the middle of our game, Mrs. Craig came around the corner and caught us red-handed. She took the music player away from me and started chewing us out. But I think she had the wrong idea about what we were doing back there. She started telling us rock and roll is evil and how it's going to ruin our brains. I was going to tell her that there weren't even any batteries in the CD player, but I could tell she didn't want to be interrupted, so I just waited until she was done, and then I said, "Yes, ma'am." But right then, when Mrs. Gregg was about to let us go, Raleigh started blubbering on about he doesn't want rock and roll to ruin his brains. Honestly, sometimes I don't know about that boy. Friday. Well, I've gone and done it. Last night, after everyone had went to bed, I snuck downstairs and listened to Roderick's CD on the stereo in the family room. I put Roderick's new headphones on and cranked up the volume really high, and I hit play. First, let me just say I can definitely understand why they put parental warning sticker on the CD. But I bet I got to only hear about 30 seconds of the first song before I got interrupted. It turns out I didn't have the headphones plugged in to the stereo, so the music was actually coming through the speakers, not the headphones. Dad marched up to my room, shut the door behind him, and then he said, "Let's you and I have a talk, friend." Whenever Dad says friend that way, you know you're in trouble. The first time Dad said friend like that to me, I didn't get that he was being sarcastic, so I kind of let my guard down. Friend? Good. I don't make that mistake anymore. Tonight, Dad yelled at me for about 10 minutes, and then I guess he decided he'd rather be in bed than standing in my room in his underwear. He told me I was grounded from playing video games for 2 weeks, which is about what I expected. I guess I should be glad that's all he did. The good thing about Dad is that when he gets mad, he cools off real quick, and then it's over. Usually, if you mess up in front of Dad, he just throws a whatever he's gonna get his hands on at you. Good time to screw up, kick. Bad time to screw up. Mom, totally different style when it comes to punishment. If you mess up and Mom catches you, the first thing she does is takes a few days to figure out what your punishment will be. And while you're waiting, you do all these nice things to try to get off easier. I just dusted the dining room for you, the heck of it. How thoughtful of you. But then after a few days, right when you forget you were in trouble, that's when she lays it on you. No video games for a week. Are you having fun? Yeah.